I'm amazed at how many companies lose money based on their intellectual property and failing to properly identify it. I compare it to a leaky faucet that no one notices. I go into companies many times and I'm able to point out examples of intellectual property of IP that they never even considered were part of their IP. It's critical to work with an attorney because we can point out areas that add value to your company that you might be overlooking, and we can help you protect that value. It's very appealing to go to a discount provider where you could simply go online and use one of those services to get your intellectual property protected. What you're not realizing is that you're doing a lot of the work. That discount comes at a price, which is your time, but also you're not getting the individualized attention that will ultimately protect you in the long run. I cannot stress enough how important it is to hire a lawyer to help you protect your intellectual property. This is a very specialized area of the law, and there are a number of regulations and case law governing this area. It's also an area where, based on your actions, you can lose your rights to that intellectual property. I handle numerous types of intellectual property for businesses. This could be their trademarks, and that's part of their branding strategy. So if it's your logos, if it's the way that you package your product. I also handle the slogans you use. We also do copyright notices on anything that you produce and hand out that you want to protect. I also work with companies on protecting their trade secrets so that it's something that cannot be disclosed because it's something that's critical to the health of their business. The way we protect trade secrets are through the types of agreements we structure with your employees, with the businesses you work with, if they have any access to any part of that confidential information. This all is under a much larger umbrella that's your intellectual property strategy. Intellectual property is a very broad concept that covers anything that brings value to your company. These are a number of things, such as your customer lists, any financial information, any product designs, technical drawings, and these things all fall under the big umbrella that is trade secrets, trademarks, copyrights, and patents. And those are the things we use in the legal world to protect intellectual property. It is not difficult to prove that something it should be classified as intellectual property. However, based on the way a business has handled it, it might be difficult to protect it. That's why it's so important to hire an attorney to help you with anything that has value to your company. There are a number of steps that we will take to protect your intellectual property. Another way we can protect you with your trade secrets or intellectual property is that we would provide non-disclosure agreements that you would use with your employees. This would prevent them from quitting working with you and going directly to a competitor and disclosing that information. We also would want to structure non-disclosure agreements that you would use with your suppliers who have access to intellectual property, with your customers, and with the businesses that you work with directly. I have extensive experience working with trademarks. I've been doing it for almost 10 years. I've worked with small companies that have very little money, where money is an issue, and so we have to be very strategic about which trademarks we're going to protect, which trademarks we're going to apply for through the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. And I've also worked with larger companies that have much greater money to use and invest in that. Another thing that I point out to my clients is that if you're looking at selling your business, or if you're looking at bringing in outside investment dollars, we want to consider a trademark to add money to your portfolio. Intellectual property is a very broad definition. It's a very broad concept, and pretty much it's anything that has value to your company. That can be your customer list, that can be any confidential information that's part of your company that gives it value, product designs, technical drawings, all of those issues, all of the things that come to bring